Hi guys, it's Michelle G. Today's topic is a little bit unusual, but I think it's something that you might find a giggle about, because after all, we are all sitting at home in very close proximity of one another, and it's something that's very natural. And today I'm going to talk about farting. Farting is natural. It is one of the most natural things that will probably happen out of your body, and it's often necessary to get the gas out, because let's face it, you don't want to have that rumbling tummy. Why does it happen? Why do we fart? I even actually have trouble saying that word, but after this video, I don't think I will. Well, it's a build-up of the gases in the body. It's the partly digested food that sits in the colon, and it's usually carbs that are there, and what happens is bacteria gets in there and it starts to ferment, and then it causes hydrogen, the hydrogen and carbon dioxide, and then all of a sudden you go, or whatever your perfect sound may be. But it does happen. Let's face it, it is natural and it is part of the bodily function. Our bodies are amazing things. Look what they do. We can have children, we can heal ourselves, we can eat, and then we get rid of the waste. And this is all a part of that. So let's talk about it and let's be honest about it. Now, how often should someone fart a day? Well, they say probably no more than 20 times, because if you do that, if you're releasing gas more than 20 times a day, you may have a digestive problem, and that's where our gut health program comes into it. But that's a whole other thing, and that's not what I'm up to today. That's not what I'm about. I found out all these interesting factors about farting. Can't help it, I have to giggle when I say it. I'm like a little kid, but it still makes me do that. Did you know that smelly ones come from things like asparagus, alcohol, cabbage, Brussels sprouts? All of those foods that are a little bit higher in fibre give you that extra gas, that extra waft in the air. So maybe stick away from those foods if you're going to go out, or while you're in isolation, self-isolation, perhaps stick away from them anyway for the sake of your family, or else make sure everyone in the house eats the same thing. That's probably a great idea. Now, constipation can cause issues too, because that causes fermenting in the stomach. And once again, if you're constipated, it's going to all sit in that colon and in the bowel, and it's going to just bubble and burst, and then they are going to be worse. The smell is going to be worse. So make sure that you're drinking lots of water so everything can pass through the body, because that's what we want. We want it to pass through. We don't want it sitting there half in and half out. It's a horrible thing to say, but that's why we need to eat clean. And that's what my program does. It actually helps you to clean your gut and get all of the food to be taken in, the nutrients to be taken into your system, instead of sitting there in a sludge pile. And that's one of the biggest things we can do. Now, how can we stop farting? Well, we can eat more frequently. So smaller meals throughout the day. We can keep away from carbonated things, because that causes the bubbles in the digestive system, and that can either come out through the mouth with a burp or through our other end with a fart. I can't even believe I'm doing this, but I think it's really important, because I think we need to know these things. And probably one of the biggest things is stop chewing so much chewing gum. It actually isn't good for you. It brings in excess air, and the same with smoking, it brings in excess air. So these are a couple of things that you can stop doing to reduce the fact of farting. And if you are going to be around people that you know and love and care for, and you don't want such a smelly smell, well, then I have the perfect spray for you. Ask me about it, our room freshener spray. It's really good, and it's non-toxic, and it's not going to blow up the smell in your room. The other thing is, this question I don't know if anybody's ever thought of, or why anyone would want to know, but why do your farts smell worse in the shower? Because you've got no clothes on. The clothes aren't stopping the smell from going. And also, the heat from the shower makes the smell rise and come straight up to your nose. So next time you want to do a release of air from your lower region, think about it. Think about those who are around you. Think about what you've had to eat. And remember, Michelle G says okay to fart. See ya.